Hi, Eric here, and I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of how to fix your USB ports that are disconnecting randomly from Android Auto or Apple CarPlay in your Kia EV6. Should be similar in other e-gmp products. So the first step, you're going to need a couple tools. A flathead screwdriver would probably work, but you'll want a trim removal tool and some sort of electronics contact cleaner. I'm using that stuff. I don't know what the best stuff to use is, but we'll go with this. I've had good luck using this for other issues, like a similar button issue in my Chevrolet Volt. So step one is to remove this plastic piece. In order to do that, you want to unplug your USB port cables, and then you get the tool up under here, and you need to pry out that center plastic plug. Like that. Sorry, the camera went out of focus right when it did that. And then you get under there and you can pull that out. And if you use a plastic tool instead of a metal tool like I'm using, you avoid this scratching here. I don't have a plastic tool right now, so I'm using this metal one. But I recommend using a plastic one. Coming to the other side here, you can see the same clip. If you notice, there's a special spot you can get the clip in, and that's, if you go for that spot, it makes it a little easier. Like that. Once you have the two clips out, you need to pull straight out on this center console. So we're going to take this whole thing and pull this way. An easy way to do that is to grab your hands up behind on either side and hook on behind the plastic there and just pull straight out until the two clips in the center up top release. The thing to note is this plastic lip can become tucked up under this plastic dashboard trim. So when you pull out, try to make sure you don't tuck it up underneath. You'll know if you mess up that this will want to swing up, and if it does, push it back in and pull it down from the top. And once it's free, it'll just come off like that. There are those two clips you can see right there and right there. There's a third one in the middle. I need to make sure that that's just a guide and make sure there's no clip that fell off. I don't think one did because of how it's designed. And once we get that off, you'll just want to kind of maneuver it around here so we can get access back there. Like that. There we go. And the problematic USB is the USB-A, the driver's side one. So that's the cable we'll work on. That cable comes out right there, goes over to here and here. And then, so we're going to unplug and clean this connector, and then where it plugs in under the dash. So this first white plug to unplug, you pinch here and here on the top and bottom of the connector, and you need to press in on the white part there, and that'll let it release. There's a little, where that white square is, if you plug it, it pushes on the latch, is right here where my thumb is rubbing. So you push down on that to release it. With that done, I'm going to spray just a fine amount of spray into this connector here, in there. This stuff will evaporate completely, but when it's still wet, I'm going to press the connector and pull it apart about 5 times just to rub the contacts together and clean them off. So with that done, I'm going to move under the dash and check the connector there. Now this connector is under the center of the dash still, like right above this. It's where this cable goes up right here. And it's that blue cable there. There's a, see, I'm wiggling it here. There's a push button on the side, on this driver's side footwell, that you can push in and pull straight down on it. With that blue plug out, let me show you how it operates. It's in there, this orientation, see the driver's footwell here. And you'd think you'd press on here to open it. It's not the case. You press here, and then the little mechanism releases there. So you press up at the top to release it, not down here. This just makes it worse. Right there. And now I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to clean contact cleaner on here, up there a little bit, and then slide it in and out a few times to rub the contacts. It helps get rid of oxidation on them. So we'll give that a go. Okay, now that I got that back up in there, you have to be really careful with the pins on that one when you do this. So I'm going to put everything back together the same way I took it apart. So I line back up the center console. This center one is just a guide. You can see the guide hole there. Make sure any of your wires are out of pinch points. And then you just align this back up in the center. Kind of lift the top up until you get the guide in that guide hole. I might have to set the phone down here to do this. And then you can kind of give it a whack with your hand in the center there. Remember where those pins are and kind of whack it there. And then get your holes lined up on the side here. And then to put these trim pieces back in, make sure you pull that center plug all the way out until it clicks. And then you kind of squeeze the points together and push them into the hole. You'll have to make sure you get the hole lined up down there first. See how it adjusts. So use one hand to push this into place so that clip wasn't quite in all the way. Now it's lined up perfectly. And squeeze the little predator mouth thing together until you get it all in there. Careful not to break it, and then just push in on the center, and then it's locked in. And now we put this back together and it should be good to go. We'll try it out. Hi, I'm back from my drive, and the Android Auto in the EV6 worked very well. It worked flawlessly. I went a full 2 hours of driving and it didn't disconnect once. I don't think it's ever done that. And you know, it'd always get worse. So I think that fix of unplugging those connectors and cleaning them out a little bit and putting them back together seems to have fixed the problem. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to become a maintenance item, like maybe those connectors will start to oxidize after a year or something like that. So we'll see if we have to do this again. But overall, I'm very pleased that that actually worked. And more importantly, I hope my wife has better luck using Android Auto. She's had really bad luck and been wanting this fixed for a long time. So yeah, I would give it a shot if you're also having random disconnect issues with Android Auto or CarPlay. So thanks for watching.